Masechet Hullin Daf Vav Amud Aleph, halfway down by the Mishnah. Haresh Shote Vekatan. If a person who's either deaf mute, he's a shote, he's deranged, majnun, or if he's a minor, these people may not be doing things correctly. Shashatu ba'arim ro'im otam. They did shechita, but people are watching them. They slaughtered a chayah or bird, and the people watching seemingly approve that it was slaughtered correctly. Chayav lechasot, then you have to cover the blood. Benan be'atzman, they slaughter by themselves, but you don't have to cover it. You can assume they didn't do it right. V'chein inyan otov benos regarding father and mother as well. Mother and child, sorry. Shatu v'achim, if they're observed and done correctly, also you can't slaughter the child afterward. Benan be'atzman, they did it properly. Rabbi Meir Matir Shulchan Bein says you can. Chachamim said you can't. Modim shim shahat she'eno sofet b'amim. Chachamim would agree that if you did slaughter the child after that, you don't get malkut. So you can't do it. If you do, it's not a problem. Why? In the first case, did you not argue? And you argue in the second case. Why would you argue by kis? Why would you have not argued by kisah adam, but you do argue by child and mother? And Gemara says, "Resha ki in having a by the first case, you would have said that people are have to cover. I'm ready shahita. People would assume that it was a good shahita. I think they may understand. Therefore, you might be able to eat it from their slaughtering. Gemara says, okay, if that's the case, you have an ami of the second case also. If you're saying that you can't slaughter the child afterward, I'm ready shahita. People will say that the first slaughter was good, but I think people will eat from it. Gemara says, it's a no, regarding the second case, I'm ready bisfat look you're passively not doing something. And therefore, if you're passively going to skip eating the child, slaughtering the child, people must say, oh, he doesn't need that much. But the first case, it looks like you're approving of the shechita if you cover the blood. The first case also, maybe you're not covering the blood, maybe you want the blood for something else. Remember what he slaughtered in a garbage heap, you don't need the blood. Whenever someone asks the question, the Bedin blood, will you answer? Okay, but therefore you say you should not cover it. But then according to your reasoning, Stephanami said here also by or if someone asks about regarding the child. On both. He argues into his them also. He just waited for Meir to stop talking, then he argued, but it would be an argument on Torah Beno and blood. Since they're arguing, they're strict. We're not sure if it's a good covering, therefore we're makbid by the blood, and we're makbid by the child. The Meir might tell about it's the Meir who is not worried. Where it says, a person who eats from this person's shechita, he's a for eating nevelah. So we see it is pasul. Mar says, "My time why?" Because the majority of their actions are not done correctly. What do you mean majority? Even minority is the problem. We see the mayor is worried about minority situations. And therefore the minority goes against hazakah to meet asur, because you have to make it mutar first. It's a asur from before, hazakah that is ever been a chai from before. The majority is frequent. There's not a mishnah for this type of concept. A young child was standing next to a dough, and there's a piece of dough in his hand. It's tameh because it's the usual for a child to poke around stuff in like garbage heaps, and that has carcasses of shirat semen, therefore the tameh. And we said, what's the reason of the mayor? Why does he argue? Because if he says the majority of children poke around and minority don't. And this though has a hazakah of tahora. So to the hazakah now, the minority of children we don't poke around. And therefore the tahora. Join this hazakah of tahora, but now the majority is weakened. So now over there, he holds this majority can be weakened over here, where the majority is a problem in the first place. So for sure, I agree. The Gemara says, "I'm Sefek Tumah Tahir." Maybe the Meir would say, by a case of Pasa Tumah that is Tahor, I'm Sefek Yisur Tahir. You would say a possible Yisur is Mutar. No, he says you can't do Safek minority for Heter. You could say Safek minority Mir on Tumah, but not Safek minority to say that this guy's Shechita was good. Horeb Meir Kene Rabbi Kiri one time Rabbi ruled the halacha according to the mayor, but Rabbi Hamim one time argued we ruled like Hachamim. Which one's the latest till second case, meaning which one would happen second that would make sure that would mean that he held like him, but would be like the halacha, where it says Tashma being proved that Rabbi Papa بيت اللي بيحيى بالعباب اللي بيزرعها بكم الشغل كيسة اللي بيستخدم الرجاء. They were standing in the market. أفكر بيعمل مش حلو دي ربي يفهم أما هذا هو يتوضم لعبة مين اللي خو بيجان بين شغلة يكون بعد دينا تاني لما تنا تصعد ما يك إنش تمن سنة خليش معناتها because maybe someone needs an answer for الخاء بعد كده تقول you might be confused, meaning don't stand outside, you should go inside because someone might come for ask you a question and you won't be there. بيزرع عاد بيزرع وين inside بعد عاد بيجي نعكم inside فيك ما بعد هم من الحين ده بيستوعب مع الأخوات أما ده بيزرع ده شاكين لهم ده إيش من السبب didn't ask me didn't let me ask the question about this halakha. The Mashmil Abu maybe heard from his father. Abu Maybe Rabbi Khan heard his father heard from Rabbi Yochanan. The Rabbi Hiya Bar Abba called the Nimi Hakim Rabbi Yochanan because Rabbi Hiya would review everything of Rabbi Yochanan. ما what happened? Tashma bring a proof. Ishrach be Azad the Golab as I sent a message. Hora Rabbi Karim Rabbi rule like Rameir. Bara Karana Nayo Rabbi know that he held like Rabbi Nam. Ela Shemina had the Ahrid must be that the fact that he said like this that Shemina that he held like Rabbi Meir. Second and therefore to be with Posek like Rabbi Meir. Mishnah. Shahat me'ah hayot b'makom echad. If someone slaughtered 100 hayot, 100 animals that need kisui adam in one place, b'kisui ahad l'klan, you could do one covering of blood and furrow. Me'ah wafat b'makom echad, same thing with 100 birds, kisui ahad l'klan, one for all. Hayat v'ov b'makom echad is one hayat, one bird, kisui ahad l'klan, one good for all, for both. If you don't marry, no. Shahat hayat chasena b'achah yishchod al-kof. You should slaughter the hayat, and then cover it, and then slaughter the bird. Yani, 100 hayot, one. 100 birds, one. However, if you're doing both, you should separate it. Okay. Number حياة كل ما mentions حياة mentions any type of حياة. حياة بين من باب whether it's many or few. Also mentions bird. كل ما also multiple. Off بين من باب المجموعات. مكان refer said شحات من أحياء منكم إخات كسوة حد كم. سمع صورة 100 حيوان. One was good for all. معكم منكم إخات كسوة حد كم. 100 birds in one place is one for all. حياة بأوف منكم إخات كسوة one good for all, even for multiple birds and حياة same place. اللي بيدعم no شحات حياة بيحسن أخاها to separate it. عشان مرة حياة off because it says bird or haya. And therefore, you should separate the coverings if you're doing different animals. Amrullah said to him, the blood represents life. And therefore, what does that mean? My comment, what kind of answer was that? This is what they're telling you. That is need to teach you that the blood applies even if you're slaughtering a bird or a chaya. Really learns that from the word o, that the word o teaches you that Pasuk says you have to cover haya o off, yani bird or animal. Now, if you don't learn the word o to teach you separate, you would think that in order to do kisu adam, you need to slaughter both the bird and the haya. So over here, learn no, damo tuba mashma. Its blood sounds multiple creatures. The tip kinefesh kubazar damu banashahu. Okay, about Rabbi Hanina. Madea Yarish Munyan Bracha Bida agree that regarding to the bracha before slaughtering Shena Mavech Brachat, you only make one bracha for slaughtering a chaya and then a bird. Even though you have to cover the blood in between. Amar the Rabbi Rabaha, the Rabba, Amr the Rabaha, the Rabba She, Maishna, the Rav, what's the difference in the case of Rav? The Ravhuna, Beruna, Hanina, the Rav, Havu, I say, Zauda. Kara, Khara, Beat, Sava, Amr the Hadarich, they told him, come make the bracha on the wine. For Birkat Hamazon, Hadu Amrullah have lishte. They said, wait, give us more wine. Amar the Ura Rebbe Sabah, he told them, Rav said, it came in the Mar have the Berech. Once the Balabai, it says, give me wine for Birkat Hamazon. It sounded like Mishra Hamra, you can't drink wine, you can't continue the feast until you are, until you make Birkat Hamazon. Hachanami said very well. Given it felt like once you're hayav to do kisu adam for the hayav before slaughtering the bird, it hayav the bracha. Maybe you should need the bracha before the shechita of the bird. Where it says, "Achi ashe," you can't compare. But there is because you can't drink and say bracha at the same time, and therefore once you're hayav bracha you can no longer say bracha of wine. Here it is able to continue slaughtering without stopping. You hold the knife in one hand, take the dirt to cover the hayah, and then slaughter with the bird afterward. And therefore it's not considered diverting your attention.